So at this point, we will be discussing excise tax, the last of the business taxes. So we have, remember business tax natin, tatlo, business taxes. Okay, number one is the value-added tax. Number two is the percentage tax / OPT. And number three is the excise tax. Okay? So, ano ba itong excise tax? It is a tax on the production, sale, or consumption of a commodity in a country. So, we're talking about articles, goods. Pwedeng kasama na dyan yung service. It is a type of internal revenue tax. Tandaan mo, yung internal revenue tax natin, dahil peso yan. Dahil peso sa income tax pa lang na binanggit natin So, donors income VAT, excise tax, percentage tax, estate tax, documentary stamp tax, and other taxes that may be imposed. It is a tax that is levied on the sale of specific goods, so mga articles to, and services, mga non essential, such as alcohol, fuel, and tobacco. Mga specific goods din yan. No? It is an indirect tax, which means it can be shifted by the seller to the buyer. I'm not talking about the general principles here. Okay? That is not paid by the customers directly. Tingnan nyo, nakakatawa to. Ito daw ay isang uri ng indirect tax that is not paid by the customer directly. Bakit? Kasi, eto si seller, eto si buyer, eto si seller, yung kanyang gross sales, kapag merong excise tax yan, dinadagdag natin yung excise tax, diba, sa definition ng gross sales. So, si seller, isisingil niya yung gross sales niya, pati yung VAT, okay, kay buyer. So, babayaran ni buyer yung kung magkano yung binili, tapos may kasamang excise tax din yan, tapos may kasamang VAT pa, inputs niya yan. Hindi raw binayaran directly ni customer yan. Okay, kasi yung excise tax at saka VAT na yan, sa BIR, nire-remit yan ni seller. Okay, not paid by the customer directly, pero it was shifted by the seller. Kasi part yan ng gross sales. Diba? Okay, instead, the excise tax is imposed on the supplier or the producer who then includes it in the product price. Kaya nga part ng gross sales yung excise tax. Diba? Definition ng gross sales natin sa VAT. Now, why do we impose excise tax? What is the purpose? Aba, primarily to raise revenue. And, diba, secondary purpose. Okay? To discourage the particular behavior or purchase of particular item. Ganon pala yon. Kaya minsan, napakataas ng buwis sa alcohol. Bakit? Para hindi uminom yung mga tao. Yung gasolina, bakit? Para hindi gumamit ng sasakyan at gumanda yung ating environment. Yung tobacco, para hindi ano yung mga yan, manigarilyo. You see? Okay, so discouragement yan sa form of deterrent sana. So kung gusto mo manigarilyo, gusto mo uminom, di magbayad ka ng mahal. Parang ganun siya. Ayaw mo magbayad, di wag kang gumamit. Kaya nga yung mga sweetened beverages. Kaya nga dinagdagan ng excise tax para daw hindi tangkilikin ng mga Pilipino kasi pag merong tax yan, baka bumaba yung consumption nila doon, kokonti yung mau-hospital. Kokonti yung magkakaroon ng diabetes. O edi anong mangyayari? Edi konti mapapagamot ng mga magagastos natin sa pagpapagamot ng mga taon 'to. O yung excise tax, tandaan niyo sinabi natin ah, special ang purpose. Minsan sa batas mismo nakalagay, yung excise tax na makokolekta sa mga 'to gagamitin like yung alcohol, sa tobacco. Yung excise sa tobacco, alam niyo ba? Under yung Universal Healthcare Act, yung excise tax na makokolekta, merong ibibigay sa Department of Health. Bakit? Para pag nagkasakit itong mga naninigarilyo na to, tuberculosis, cancer, yun ang papagamot nila. Diba? Special purpose. Now, types of excise tax and manner of computation. So there are two types of excise tax. So we have specific tax and we have ad valorem tax. So ito based on weight or volume capacity. Ito naman, it is based on selling price or value. Alam mo ba ang ibig sabihin ng ad valorem? Ang literal na meaning niyan, according to value. Kaya wag mong kakalimutan, ad valorem according to value. Or selling price, yan ang basehan niya. Okay, so ayan. Manner of computation. So yung specific tax, merong number of units or other measurement times the rate. Ganyan lang kasimple. Kapag ad valorem tax naman, meron siyang number of units kung ilan yan times selling price times value. Okay, excise tax rate. Saka makakakita ng ganyan, no? Daming buwis. O, ito yung mga excisable articles, meaning which are subject to excise tax. Yung alcoholic products, distilled, wines, liquors. Yung tobacco naman tayo, cigarettes, isama mo na yung vape products under special law. Petroleum products, Diyos ko po, mineral products para hindi sirain yung yung ating environment, no? At saka yung miscellaneous articles, automobile, sasakyan meron. Non-essential goods meron din. Enumerated to. Non-essential service, ito yung mga invasive procedure at saka sweetened beverages under train law. Oh, kaya nga napaka laki ng collection dati, nabudol tayo, sabi bababaan yung income tax, binabaan nga, pero binawi naman sa ibang bagay. Kasi nagkaroon ng mga to eh. Nagkaroon, tinaas ito. Okay, dinagdagan itong non-essential goods. Sa fuel, petroleum. So, dito tayo. Let me just again share with you my view on excise tax. Ang mga excise tax, applicable lang to sa dalawang uri ng taxpayer. Okay? Ikaw ba yung seller? So kung ikaw yung accountant, magtatrabaho ka sa mga yan, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. Yan ang company nyo. Kailangan mong malaman yung excise tax. Bakit? Para alam mo kung tama yung ginagawa ng BIR. Okay, sino tong pangalawa? Ito yung BIR. Ito yung sa Large Taxpayer Service Excise Tax Division. Sila yung dapat nakakaalam din nito. Kaya kung tayo, hindi naman tayo partido dyan, nice to know lang yan. Diba? Parang yun lang ang point ko dun eh. Need to know sa mga dalawa na yan, pero nice to know sa mga hindi covered yan. Kaya para sa akin, the exam should not really require us to compute excise tax on excisable articles. It should be more on what are subject to excise tax and what is the rate. Pero for the BOA to require us to compute, parang sa akin that is too much. Okay, but anyway. Now, ito, kailangan nating alam to. Kasi if somebody asks you, you're an accountant, sino ba yung dapat magbayad ng excise tax? In general. So, ibig sabihin, general rule. Kapag domestic or local article yan, okay, yung manufacturer or producer, sino yung manufacturer producer? Di siya to, si seller ng alcohol, manufacturer ng alcohol, ng tobacco, ng petroleum product, ng mineral products, ng automobile, ng lahat yan, ng manufacturer producer, sila dapat ang magbayad ng excise tax. Pero they can shift the burden of the payment of the VAT to the seller, to the buyer. Kasi nga, part ng gross sales yan eh. Now, bukod dyan, kapag ikaw you are a person in possession of the articles, ibig sabihin, meron kang inventaryo niyan, meron ka nito, meron ka nito, meron ka niyan, meron ka niyan, meron ka nito, meron ka nito, meron ka niyan, meron ka niyan, meron ka niyan, meron ka niyan. Pwede kang hingin ng BIR. Oy, patingin nga nung proof of payment of excise tax. If you cannot like present proof, then you are the one liable. Kasi if this is you, there is a manufacturer or producer, yung excise tax na yan, dinadagdag nila sa atin yan, pinapataw nila sa atin yan. So dapat, ikaw, meron ka dapat proof of payment ng excise tax. So kapag wala kang proof of payment, you being the person in possession of the articles, then you are the one liable. Ganyan yan. Okay? Kaya wag kang magugulat. O dito naman tayo, papaano pag imported? Ano yung in-import? Ayan, alcoholic products, tobacco products, petroleum, mineral, automobiles, non-essential goods, sweetened beverages. Yan ang mga in-import. Sinong liable? Natural, yung importer or yung owner, siya nagpasok dito eh. Pero kung ikaw ay is in possession of all of this, kapag binenta sa'yo yan, dapat merong proof of payment of excise tax kasi pinataw niya sa'yo yan eh. If this is us Okay. So kapag walang proof of payment, since you are in possession of these articles, you're the one liable. Okay, so ano pa others? Sino ba yung liable? The first buyer or purchaser or transferee. Actually, this is you, the first buyer. This is you, the first buyer. Okay. Bakit? Ikaw yung in possession niyan eh. Yan ang ibig sabihin niyan. Ngayon, papaano naman kung yung mga to i-export natin, yung alcoholic products, tobacco, yan, i-export natin lahat yan. Who is the one liable? Aba, the owner or the lessee or concessionaire or operator of the mining claim. Sila yung liable. Ilalabas mo yan ng ibang bansa eh. Now look, unlawful possession or removal of excisable articles without payment of tax, meaning excise tax. Ang penalty niyan, 100,000 but not more than 200,000. Aba, sobrang baba. Kaso, meron siyang imprisonment of not less than 60 days but not more than 100 days. Mababa pa din. Biruin mo kung halimbawa, yung minerals, 100 million ang hinukay, ang giniba sa ating kalikasan, tapos 200,000 lang yung penalty, tapos ang kulong 100 days lang. Hala, baka ang people would be, dapat dito sobrang bigat. Now, when do we pay the excise tax? On domestic products, ayun, ito yan. On domestic products, sino may liable? Manufacturer, producer, or owner. So, MPO yan. MPO. Okay, dito naman, importer, IPO, importer, owner, at saka yung in possession. Okay? So, sino yung kailan dapat nila banayaran yan? Bago tanggalin sa place of production, dapat bayad niya. Sir, paano ginagawa yan? Buti na lang natanong mo. Halimbawa, ito yung warehouse ng cigarettes, ng alcohol, ng automobile. Yan ang mga ano niyan, warehouse yan. Okay? Yan ang warehouse. Alam mo ba na merong revenue officer dyan? Revenue officer sa Large Taxpayer Service Excise Tax Division. May nagbabantay bago ilabas yan. Sir, paano pag mineral? Magandang tanong. Kapag mineral, meron ding revenue officer dyan na nagbabantay doon sa mga sa mga mineral production, sa mining. Meron din nakabantay. Okay? Bago ilabas, dalhin kung saan. Dapat bayad ang excise tax. Sir, bakit parang wala naman ako nakikita nagbabantay? Tama ka. Kasi hindi naman lahat ginagawang maayos yung trabaho. Kapag imported products, kailan babayaran yan? Natural, the excise tax, just like the VAT, should be paid before release from customs custody. Okay? Hindi naman may lalabas yan sa BOC kung hindi bayad ang VAT at saka excise tax. Kung excisable article yan. Ngayon, isa-isahin natin ang excisable articles. Alcoholic products. Ito ay mga distilled spirits, wines, at saka fermented liquors. Okay, the basis is the net retail price, which the distilled spirits is sold on retail in at least 5 major supermarkets. So, SM, yan na grocery, Hypermart, Robinson's Retail, etc. etc. Okay, ang net retail price, laging excluded ang VAT at saka excise tax. Okay, tingnan mo to. Alam mo ba, ang distilled spirits, tinanong na sa board exam one time, which one is not a distilled spirit? Dapat alam mo yung distilled spirit. Ay yung matatapang. Whiskey, brandy, rum, gin, vodka, and other similar products of mixtures. Ibig sabihin, ito, matitindi. Yung nawawala ka sa sarili mong parang espiritu. That's how I would describe it, no? So, distilled spirits, matatapang yan. yung parang magbabagong anyo ka, no? So, tignan mo, kapag still spirit, may ad valorem na, may specific tax pa, hala, ang bigat. Tama. Kaya nga kung halimbawa, bumili ka ng gin, ayan, yan yung kaya mo, gin. 100 pesos ang gin, halimbawa, yan ang net retail price. Alam mo ba, beginning January 2025, 22% yan. So ang ad valorem tax, valorem 22 pesos. 22% eh. Okay, plus meron pa siyang specific tax. Magkano? Yung 59 pesos nung 2024 nag-i-increase ng 6% every year. So ngayon, tignan natin ha, compute natin. 59 times 1.06. So ibig sabihin 2025 ang specific tax is 62.54. So ngayon 2026 na plus 6% na naman times 1.06. Aba, 66.29. So ibig sabihin mga kapatid, ang specific tax 66.29. Tignan mo. So ito 188.29. Yan na ngayon ang magiging halaga. Kung batable pa yan. Oh, edi plus VAT pa. Times 12%. Times 12%. Yan pa yung VAT. Kaya napakamahal. O, di ba? Ganyan lang kasimple ito, mga kapatid. Yung mga wines naman, alam mo naman siguro ang ibig sabihin ng wines, no? Yung mga nagrereklamo, wines. Joke lang. So, mga sparkling wines yan, mga champagnes. Specific tax lang sila. Okay, ano yung specific tax nila? Ayan, kung mga sparkling wines, 500 or less, more than 500, ayan ang mga still wines, ayan, para sa akin. Alam ka naman paano mo kung ikaw yung mag-exam, alam ka namang kakabisaduhin mo lahat ng yan. Kaya nga napaka-unfair for you to be able to to me ha, this is just my opinion, for somebody to ask you how much is the excise tax. Pero this is how it goes. Ganyan yan. Okay, o tapos all types of wines. Per liter, 50 pesos. Sa 2024, 63.12. Plus 6% pa. So ngayon, i-compute natin, 63.12 times 1.06. So 2025, ang rate niyan, 66.91 times 1.06. So 2026, ngayon, ito na yung specific tax niyan, 70.92. Pa? Di mo problema to kung di ka naman galing sa ganitong industry. Fermented liquors, specific tax din, 43 pesos in 2024. Nag-i-increase ng 6% every year. So 2025, compute natin 43 times 1.06. So ito ngayon, 45.58. So ngayon 2026, magkano yan? Times 1.06. 48.31. Biruin mo, yung fermented liquors like beers, mga kapatid, ang excise tax niyan per liter, napakamahal. Tobacco products naman tayo. Ano ba yung tobacco product? Edi products made of leaf tobacco. Kapag cigarettes, tignan mo, leaf tobacco din yan pero wrapped in paper. Kapag cigars, lahat ng tobacco din yan wrapped in leaf tobacco. Kapag cigarettes packed by hand, natural, gamit ang kamay talaga yan, literal. Hindi gumagamit ng mechanical device dyan. Kapag heated tobacco naman, well, there's a keyword there, consumed through heating tobacco. Kapag vapor products naman, ito yung alam mo, vape, mga electronic yan, na nicotine and non-nicotine delivery systems. So, yun lang ang mga tobacco products. Okay, ngayon, ang sigarilyo may ad valorem na cigars. Ang cigars, tandaan mo, wrapped in leaf tobacco, ito yung matataba na sigarilyo. So tingnan mo, meron ng ad valorem, merong pang specific tax. Ang ad valorem niya 20%, excluded yung VAT yan. Tapos ito 5% every year. Di ko na kukumpitin yan. Okay, so 738 times 1.05 sa 2024 times 1.05 to 2026 2025 times 1.05 sa 2026. Ganyan yan. O kapag cigarettes packed by hand in 20s to, tignan mo mga kapatid, 60 pesos per pack. Per pack. Yung 20 piraso, so 2023, 60 pesos. Wait ko nga ito para malaman natin. 2024. So 60 pesos times 1.05. So 2024, 63 yan. 2025 times 1.05. Okay, 66.15. So ngayon, 2026 times 1.05, aba, grabe, 69.46 pala ang excise tax, specific tax per pack ng sigarilyo. Kaya pala napakamahal na ngayon. Ito naman, cigarettes packed by machine, practically the same din. 5% ang increase ha, 5%. Yung iba, 4%, mali yun, hindi sila updated. Okay, anong kailangan nating maalala about tobacco products? 20s, in 20s lang yan. Bawal ang more than. Kaya nga yung isang pack, 20 lang talaga yan. The tobacco manufacturers are required to provide graphic health warnings doon sa ating universal healthcare law. Kaya nga meron nakalagay na, 'di ba, nakakapag-cancer, nakakamatay, nagkakaroon ng ganitong itsura. Why? Police power 'yan. Okay? Yung mga vape products, they are required to indicate the package, the volume in milliliters. Yung tobacco product, makikita mo yung cover niyan, merong kulay green 'yan, no? Stamp tax 'yon. Okay, isa yan sa way by which the government would know whether or not you have paid the excise tax. Merong QR code yon, tingnan mo. Okay, merong inspection fees, floor price, etc. Ito naman yung heated tobacco product, sabi natin heated, no? Through heating. So dito na tayo. Tingnan mo, specific tax lang siya ha. Yung iba, tatandaan mo kung alin yung ad valorem at saka specific. Yung sigarilyo, yung alak, etc. Tandaan mo yon. Eto, kapag tobacco products, specific lang siya. Tignan mo, 2020, nagsimula lang sa 10,000. Ngayon, 10 piso. Ngayon, 32.5 in 2023. Compute natin, 32.5 times 1.05, 2024, 2025, 2026. Hala, ngayon, 37 na. 37.62. Okay? Bawat pakete, every pack, more than 20, not more than 20. Grabe, bigat. Okay, itong illustration na to galing sa revenue regulations. So, just for me to show you how this is computed. Okay? On January 23, 2020, ABC Corp removes from its tobacco plant 100 cases of brand BTS heated tobacco. Note, one case contains 50 rims. Yung rim, yung parang isang box, no? While one rim contains 10 packs. So, number of cases, 100. I-multiply ng ilang rim, 50, para makuha natin ang total rim, 5,000. Multiply by number of packs. Okay? 10 per pack. Ayun. So, ang total number of packs, kasi nga per pakete, ang excise tax, 50,000. Ngayon, kailan nangyari ang transaction? January 23, 2020. So, 25 pesos per pack ang excise tax. Kaya, kailangan mo siyang i-multiply ng 25 pesos. So, ito ang total excise tax due on 50,000 packs. 1,250,000. Kaya nga, laki mo. Nakokolekta ng gobyerno. Di ba? So, in heated tobacco products or tobacco products, ano meron, no? Bawal benta below 21 years old. Nakalagay sa batas. makukulong at merong fine. Okay, tapos kapag vape products naman, bawal yung merong flavor. Okay, kailangan plain lang siya na tobacco or menthol. Kapag any person selling heated tobacco and vapor products, binenta mo ng sobrang baba, lower than the combined excise and value-added tax, shall be punished with a fine of not less than 10 times the amount of excise tax plus VAT, but not less than 200, but not more than 500,000. Anong ibig sabihin? Kaya pinagbabawal ito na benta mo sobrang baba ng combined excise tax and VAT kasi bababaan ng presyo para bumaba yung excise tax at saka yung VAT. Pinagbabawal. Kaya dapat ang presyo mo hindi bababa dun sa VAT at saka sa excise tax. So kung ito yung VAT at saka excise tax, yung VAT, 1,250,000, no? Excise tax pa lang yan. Hindi mo pwedeng ibenta ng 1,250,000 pababa yung 50,000 ribs mo. Bawal. Kaya ginagawa ito para yung buwis hindi siguradong paglaruan ng mga manufacturer o producer. O dito naman tayo, vape products. 5% ang increase every year. So ang base natin 2023 plus 5% 2024 plus 5% 2025 plus 5% 2026. Parehas lang din sa conventional freebase. 5% lang din. Pero ito 60 pesos. Okay? Illustration. Tingnan lang natin. On January 4, 2021, tinanggal ang finished inventories ng vape products, no? So nicotine salt containing less than 1 millimeter, 0.8 ml, 300 packs of vapor products. So how do we compute 2 pads per rack? So 300 packs yan, ayun, multiplied by number of pads. Okay, so 600 ang number of pads. Tapos, anong gagawin mo? Ano to? January 4, 2021. Hanapin mo yung January 4, 2021. Ano nga ito? Salt, nicotine salt. Di tayo, nicotine salt. Ayun, 2021. 42 pesos. Ayun. So, 42 pesos. I-multiply mo, yan yung excise tax natin. Ganyan yung compute. Dito naman, paano kung conventional freebase or classic nicotine? Mga vape products to January 11, 2021. So 300 packs. 300 packs yan. January 11, 2021, dito tayo, conventional freebase, classic nicotine. January 2021, ayun, 50 pesos. So 50 pesos, ayun, i-multiply mo lang. Kaya nakagad ang excise tax. Kaya tinarget ng BIR to mga vape products, biruin mo, ang daming pwede. Makolekta, biruin mo 300 packs pa lang, 15,000 na kagad. Diba? Illustration number 3, conventional freebase din. Okay, binanggit product type, ayun. Tapos sinabi, applicable tax rate, 100 pesos. Kasi ilang ml to? 15 ml yan Yung 10 ml kasi, 50 pesos yan per 10 ml. Ito. 50 pesos per 10 ml in 2021 or fraction. So kapag lumampas, so 15 ml to. Yung 10 ml, okay, 50 pesos na yan. Yung 5 ml, anong tawag natin dyan? Excess. So 50 pa din. So ang total niyan 100. Kaya nilagay 100. Okay, so kung 300 packs yan, times 100, 30,000 ang excise kaagad. Doon pa lang sa 300 packs na conventional freebase na vape products. My God, napakalaki talaga nito. Okay, internal revenue tax on tobacco products. Ayun, ito na lang yung masasabi ko lang. Price ng internal revenue stamp. Doon sa mga tobacco products, tignan ninyo, merong kulay green na bago buksan, mapupunit yun 20 cents per piece yan. Okay. Petroleum products naman tayo. My God. Dito na lang tayo sa 2020 kasi ito rin yung applicable. Ito yung nung inintroduce ang train law, dyan nagsimula. Tapos tumaas. So hanggang ngayon, ito pa rin yung rate natin. Okay. Alin yung mga merong excise tax? Diyos ko po. Lubricating oil. Oh, ayan, wax, etc. Denatured alcohol, asphalt per kilogram. Ano pa? Unleaded gasoline. Ayan, alam nyo to. Unleaded. 10 pesos per liter. My God! Yan ang excise tax sa unleaded premium gasoline. Yung kerosene na ginagamit, 5 pesos per liter. Diyos ko po. Budol tayo. Tignan mo yung jet fuel. 4 pesos lang per liter. Ayun. Kerosene, diesel. Ay, dito tayo. Diesel fuel per liter. Ito yung ginagamit natin sa sasakyan. Yan ang ginagamit ko sa sasakyan. 5 pesos per liter. My goodness. Kaya kung 50 liters yan, times 5, yun na kagad yung excise tax na binabayaran. May VAT pa. My God! O LPG, tingnan nyo, ginagamit natin to. Magkano yung excise tax? So kung 11 kilogram yung LPG natin, 55 pesos kaagad excise tax. May VAT pa. Petroleum ko, LPG, sorry, ito pala yung LPG natin, 3 pesos lang. Sorry, ito yan. Iba ito for motive power yan. Dito tayo, yung ginagamit sa bahay. Ito yan, yung 3 pesos. So, 33 pesos. So, mga exempt. Yung Coke ito, hindi itong ginagamit nung tinatawag yung ano. Dito tayo, mineral products. Imported, domestic or imported coal. Ang tawag na sa coal na yan, Coke din. Iba yung Coke na na soft drinks at saka yung tinitira ng mga nyo Dito lang tayo. Tignan mo ang excise tax per metric ton. Hanggang ngayon to, 150. Para sa akin, mura to. Per isang tonelada, 150 pesos lang. Biruin mo gaano karami ang kailangang masira sa ating environment just to collect that amount of money. Diba? Ito naman, all non-metallic minerals and quarry resources. Ang tinanong dati, no? Ano yung the following are distilled spirits except? Tapos, posibleng itanong din to, ano yung mga example ng non-metallic and quarry resources? Except, so, since ito ay quarry, alam mo dapat yan, mga buhangin, mga bato, clay, marble. Mga quarry resources yan. Non-metallic yan. Wala kang makikitang metal sa mga yan. 4% lang yan. Pero kapag natural gas, LNG, okay, exempt yan. Liquefied natural gas. Okay? Para sa akin, ginagawa ko 4 quarters. Yan lang ang ano ko dyan para maalala. Tapos naman, pag metallic naman, natural, merong metal yan. Iron, copper, gold, silver. Although literally, not sure if there's metal in gold. But anyway, these are the enumeration ng example ng metallic products. Parehas lang, 4% yan. Whether local or imported. Same, local or imported. Okay, 4% yan. Pag indigenous petroleum, 6%. Okay? Automobiles naman tayo kapag purely electric, exempt sa excise tax. Bakit? Hindi naman nakakasira yan ng environment. Kapag hybrid, 50% yan. Pero kapag hindi electric or hybrid, ito yung rate na gagamitin. Again, to me, this is more of a nice to know. Bakit? Ikaw, applicable lang sa iyo to kapag nandito ka sa industry or taga-BIR ka under Excise Tax Division. Okay, so ito yung mga presyo. So halimbawa, bumili tayo ng sasakyan, 2 million. Ito yung price ng manufacturer or kung kapag in-import yan in case of importation. 2 million yan. Anong gagamitin natin? Ito yung bracket natin. Magkano yung rate? 20%. So, yung excise tax is 20%. So, 4 plus 400,000 pa yan. Okay? Ganyan lang kasimple. So, paano pag bumili ako ng sasakyan na 10 million? 10 10 million, over 4 million yan, times 50% yan. 50%, so 5 million. Kaya yung Rolls Royce nung isa, nahuli sa flood control, no? Sabihin na lang nating 20 million yon plus 50%. Excise tax pa lang yan. Wala pa yung VAT. Ito naman, non-essential goods. Okay? Ang rate for non-essential goods is 20% based on wholesale price. Okay? Now, these are the non-essential goods that are subject to excise tax. Jewelries, perfumes, toilet waters, yacht, and other vessels for pleasure. Naglagay na tayo ng example. Okay? Sasakay ako ng jet ski. Hawak-hawak ko ang Philippine flag. Ano? So, tutusok ko yun. So anyway, char lang. So yan ang mga non-essential goods. So which means if you're going to buy this, or you're going to manufacture this, or produce this, the goods is subject to 20% excise tax. Kaya nga kapag bibili ka ng mga yan, Diyos ko po, kung ikaw yung buyer, si seller will add the excise tax on the gross sales. E di ngayon ikaw consumer din nagbayad niyan. Ito, pabor ako dito, pabor ako dyan. Bakit? May kakayanan bumili ang mga tao niyan. So therefore, if they can afford to buy these vessels, these yachts, okay, they can also afford to pay the 20% excise tax. But what about the perfumes? My God, non-essential. Di naman daw kailangan yan. Pwede na raw sabon. Ito, di naman kailangan mag-jewelry. Oh, di ba? It's like that. Okay, 20% yan, whatever is the selling price. Dito naman tayo. The types of perfumes is already in your material. So I hope you are going to take a look at that, no? Dito tayo, sweetened beverages naman. Mga kapatid, sa train law, dinagdag ang mga sweetened beverages. The purpose is for the Filipino people to more or less, no, be discouraged from consuming sweetened beverages kasi nagkakasakit, diabetes. Ito yung purpose. Well, gusto rin kumita ng gobyerno ng tax. Okay? Kasi kung gusto mo, edi magbayad ka, parang gano'n. So, what are sweetened beverages? Sweetened tea, C2. Okay? All are carbonated beverages, Coke products, Pepsi products, flavored water, okay, Pocari Sweat, energy and sports drinks, Lipovitan, Red Bull, sweetened juice drinks, Zesto, other powder drinks not classified as milk, juice, tea, and coffee. Ito yung extra juice. Okay? Cereal and grain beverages. Other non-alcoholic beverages basta merong sugar. Okay? So, yan lang. So, ito yung aking mnemonic dyan. Save Soko. Basta yung matatamis. O ngayon, magkano ang excise tax rate? Depende. Kung purely caloric and purely non-caloric sweeteners, 6 pesos. Kapag highly fructose corn syrup, sobrang ano na to, sobrang tamis na talaga yan, 12 pesos. Pero kung coconut sap sugar lang yan, aba, parang ano to, pure. Aba, exempt yan. Okay, coconut, pure coconut. So, ngayon, ito walang mga excise tax. Simple yan lang natin. Yung gatas, wala. Ano mga gatas yan? Kasama yung infant formula milk, soy milk, flavored milk. Yung mga gatas. Kahit sweetened ba tong condensed milk, basta gatas, walang excise tax yan. Tapos, ano pa, only milk products are covered by the exception. Yung dairy products, like, anong tawag dito sa mayonnaise. Mayonnaise pa. Yung dairy products, yung kulay yellow. Basta, yung kulay yellow, hala. Ano pa yan, naglag tayo. Cheese. Okay, tsaka yung yung ginagamit minsan sa, yan yung kulay. Pinampapalaman din. Basta daily product, no? Hindi yan covered ng exemption, therefore may excise tax. O tapos, exempt sa excise tax. Wala ito. Binanggit na natin, gatas wala. Ito naman 100% natural fruit juices. Pero para maging exempt, dapat walang sugar. Ganon din yung vegetable. Ito natural fruit juice ha, dapat without sugar. Kasi kung ito lang yung nilagay sa true or false statements, false yan. Para maging true yan, dapat without sugar or caloric sweetener. Tatandaan nyo to ha, kasi baka sa mga true or false statement. Statement 1, 100% natural vegetable juice is exempt from excise tax. Hala, kailangan wala yung sugar or caloric sweetener. Meal replacement and medically indicated beverages, inumin to mga to for oral nutritional therapy. Example nito, yung mga bottled and sugar products. Okay, yung mga 3-in-1 coffee, exempt din yan. Alam nyo ba, ito yung tinarget ng Kongreso during that time na ini-introduce ang excise tax sa sweetened beverages. Aba, yung mga nagaklas, ang mga sambay ng Pilipino, mga mahihirap ang nagko-consume yan eh. Tapos gusto mo ng excise tax? Aba, napatigil ang gobyerno. Ang napaka ano ng ano nila no, opposition in the position of excise tax on 3-in-1 coffee. Nag-backtrack yung gobyerno, tinanggal, except siya. Okay, so yung mga yan. Kasi tatamaan nga naman dyan, mahihirap. Okay, so let's go to the illustration. No? ABC Manufacturing Corp will remove from the place of production 100 cases of Super Cola. So soft drinks to. Okay, carbonated product yan. Using high fructose corn syrup. High fructose, ito yung mas mabigat. 12 pesos yan. Diba? Ito yan. 12 pesos. High fructose. Ayun. 12 pesos yan. And non-caloric sweetener. Ang bawat case ay merong 6 bottles, 1.5 liters each. So 100 case multiply by 6 bottles, 600 bottles ang itatax natin. Per liter tayo, i-multiply mo ng 1.5 liters. So 900 liters ang subject sa excise tax. Magkano ba per liter? Ayun per liter capacity 12 pesos, high fructose. Magkano yan? I-multiply mo ng 12 pesos. Biruin mo, sa 100 case lang, 10,000 na kaagad, 800 ang makukolekta ng gobyerno sa excise tax. Kaya napakalaki talaga ng pera natin. Papaano kung caloric and non-caloric? 6 pesos lang. Okay, so you just have to look into the facts. Merong 550 case, ang number of packs is 144, so total packs is 72, 1 liter yan, so 7,200 liters, tapos 6 times 6 pesos per liter, volume capacity, so 43,200 excise tax sa 50 cases pa lang. Grabe, di ba? Paano kung halimbawang 1 million case yan ng powdered juice? Ang daming nagko-consume niyan. Ito naman, non-essential service. Dinagdag din sa train law, kaya ang daming pera natin eh. So, the non-essential service covers only invasive cosmetic procedures. So, when we say invasive, well, talagang invasive yan sa katawan natin. The non-essential service is 5% of gross sales. Okay, 5% ha? So, ito yung mga nagpapaganda, mga invasive. Okay, na hindi naman kinakailangan. So, example of this invasive, basically, ayan, abdominal, autografting, etc. Lahat yan. Okay. Later, I will be showing you a picture of this for you to be able to understand. Ito pala, kapag ganito, invasive yan. Therefore, subject yan sa 5% excise tax. Bukod sa 12% VAT ulit. Okay. Tapos, ito naman, mga non-invasive. Exempted ang mga non-invasive. Okay, so papakita ko din yan, acupuncture, air dissector, Botox, cleanings, facials, etc. Peelings, yan. Yung peelings is, it's something that you feel, peelings. Okay, joke lang. So ito yung mga invasive, abdominoplasty. Yung malalaki ang tiyan, tinanggal ang tiyan. Autografting, nasunog yung kamay, part of the skin has been taken and replaced. Autografting ang tawag dyan. Okay, breast lift surgery, as the term suggests, breast lift, no? And then, buccal fat reduction, ayun, yung sweet na yan, yung pang hinahatak dito, nawala, buccal fat reduction, invasive yan. Yung Botox augmentation, dating ganyan ang puwet, ngayon ganyan na. Ay, invasive yan. Oh, chin augmentation. Ayan oh, tignan mo tinanggal yan. Ah, invasive yan. Eyelid surgery. Invasive yan. Facelift, neck lift. Ayan ang mga illustrations, mga facelift. O tapos liposuction, parehas no kanina, abdominoplasty. Mammoplasty naman, breast reduction, ang tawag pala dyan. Okay, otoplasty naman, ear surgery. Tignan mo, oh, yung tenga na-convert sa ganyan. Rhinoplasty. Alam mo yung rhinoplasty because it's about nose, pero ang tawag din pala dyan, alar trim. Nose job pala yan. Kaya dapat you should be familiar with the terms. Kasi baka hindi rhinoplasty ang ginamit, alar trim, and you have no idea what is alar trim. Well, alar trim is a type of nose job. Thread lift, ayan nasa picture na, binatak yung mukha mo. Lahat ng 'yan invasive, lahat ng 'yan subject sa 5% excise tax. O ito naman, non-invasive, acupuncture, tinusok-tusok ka lang naman. Air dissector, ang ginawa lang dito, pinutok lang yung mga parang pimple para magkaroon ng ayun, air dissector nga. Ito, body treatment lang. Ito, Botox lang. Ito naman, facial and cleaning. O ito, collagen induction therapy. Ayan, para mawala yung mga ganyan. Ito naman, dermal fillers. Yung mga alam nyo matatanda, yung kulubot na yung mukha, akala mo hindi tumatanda kasi nilalagyan lang mga dermal fillers. Okay, ito naman, embedded protein threads. Nag-google ako nito, talagang si Corina lang yung lumalabas, hindi ko alam bakit. No? Try nyo. Okay? But anyway, dito tayo. Ito CO2 laser. Okay, ito laser and light treatment lang. Ayan oh, parang nagpainit ka lang diyan. Alangan namang may excise tax pa 'yan. Injectable. Weight management treatment. Pumasok ka lang diyan, pinainit yung katawan mo, pinagpawisan ka, nabawasan ka ng weight. Oh, non-invasive 'yan. Non-surgical facelift. Okay, body peel, face peel. Wala 'yan. Bakit? Non-invasive. Sir, vatable? Oo, vatable. Kung batang registration ni seller of service. Okay, so now, accounting requirements naman tayo. Alam nyo ba? All persons subject to excise tax, providing invasive procedures, shall, in addition to regular accounting records, required to maintain, dapat pala meron silang subsidiary ledger. Okay, rendered perform any given days recorded. Ano yung requirement doon sa subsidiary ledger nila? Kung sino yung pasyente, yung TIN, yung invoice and date of issue, kung ano ang pinerform. At kung meron bang excise yan o wala. Kung wala, sabihin mo bakit walang excise tax dyan. Kung non-invasive procedure, sabihin mo magkano yung excise, magkano yung kung VAT exempt, magkano yung net of VAT, magkano yung excise tax due, magkano yung 12%, magkano yung nakolekta mo. Grabe lahat, i-report mo na. Pero I knew some people who operates this, no, doing non-essential service and basic procedures. When I asked them, yung mga accountants na mga to, may mga kakilala ko. When I asked them, do you have this type of ledger? Sabi nila, hindi namin alam yan. Hala, 2018 pa tong requirement na to. Okay, now, how will the government dispose the excisable articles, assuming the excise tax is not paid? Aba, articles confiscated shall be destroyed basta using the most convenient, environmentally friendly method available. Okay, manner of sale, kung ito ay pwede namang ibenta, ibebenta to. Okay, is same under the conditions as the public notice prescribed for sale of real property, restraint, or the for non-payment of taxes. Example, anong ibig sabihin ba nito? Yung second na to. Sa regular collection proceedings ng BIR, if the taxpayer did not pay, kinukuha yung mga real property, kinukuha yung personal property, tapos pinapabid. Yan ang ibig sabihin yan, same process lang daw. Tapos yung mga distilled spirits, liquors, tobacco products, used apparatus may, upon forfeiture, be destroyed by order of the commissioner. when the sale of the same for consumption would be injurious to the public. So kapag ang excisable article will be injurious to the public, yan ay de-destroy. Okay, all other articles subject to excise tax which shall be manufactured or removed, dies for the printing or making of internal revenue tax, peke yung ano, yung stamp tax, okay? Okay, tapos which are an imitation of or purport to be lawful, so peke, peke. Be sold or destroyed in discretion of the commissioner. Forfeited property shall not be destroyed, meron 20 days, no? Due process requirement yan. Kasi baka mamaya, legal naman pala yung possession ni taxpayer. Okay? Now, ano-ano yung mga injuries to the public? Yung mga tobacco products, cigars, vapor, etc. Yung mga distilled spirits, wines, fermented liquors, injurious to public health yan. Mga sweetened beverages, injurious to the public. So, anong gagawin pag injurious? Aba, destroy yan. Kapag injurious. Would be injurious, destroy. Ibig sabihin, itatapon, i-dispose yan. Kapag prejudicial to enforcement of law and other regulated articles, ito yung mga halimbawa, non-essential goods, perfumes, toilet waters, ito yung ano, eau de toilette, pabango din yan. Jewelries, yachts, other vessels, mga sasakyan, mineral products, machinery equipment, okay, all other articles, prejudicial to enforcement of law and other regulated articles, ibig sabihin, ibebenta yan. Okay? Modes of disposition, it can be through public auction, meaning people will be there and they will submit their bids. Highest bid, of course, would be the winner. Or negotiated or private sale. Hindi nabenta yan after 2 failed public auctions. Okay, or official use of the BIR. Nakalagay ito sa rules ha. After 2 public auctions. Tapos, are suitable for official use to promote intensive collection. Aba, kapag nagpabango sila, baka mamaya lumaki yung collection. Donation, pwede nilang i-donate yan kung sakasakali. Okay, tapos destruction, if injurious or prejudicial to the enforcement of law. So basically, that sums up our discussion of excise tax. Okay? O, di ba? Interesting din to kahit na parang boring din yung excise tax somehow. So, just like always, I hope no, I was able to provide clarification of the matter. Okay, bye-bye.